Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So today's video we are going to be talking about my latest rank up, which by the thumbnail you guys probably already know is, where is that guy? Accidentally popped into the crystal vault, is Taskmaster. Now the reason why I ranked Taskmaster, there is actually a bit of a story behind which I'm going to try and get as quickly as I can to. Now I have long liked Taskmaster as a character and I have thought he's extremely underrated by the community just because he does not provide an easy, simple gameplay or big yellow flashy numbers. Now, he's a relatively complex character that benefits not necessarily always reveal themselves immediately during the fight. And that, unfortunately, makes him tricky to hype or difficult to love, or at least you have to actually invest in the character and learn him to enjoy using him. But at the very least, I wanted to rank him up about a year ago now, or close to a year ago, and it was in between him and Night Thrasher. Now, I chose Night Thrasher, and I'm still fully happy with the fact that I have ranked up Night Thrasher. Even right now, Night Thrasher is being used in AQ in map 7, dealing with freezer burn and buffed up lanes and all that's good. But now is the time to take up Taskmaster. Now why now? Well, first and foremost, it has been absolutely forever since I took any champions up, right? No, but it is become a lot easier these days to take up champions rank 5, so it is a good moment in that aspect as it does not require as big of an investment. Additionally, he is control champion that benefits from flow defensive tactics, so that is another use that he will be getting. He's gonna go on alliance or defense as soon as the war season starts, and hopefully gonna get some defender kills. And as well, he is SIG 200 currently because he's one of those champions that I could not simply get rid of for the life of me. As for Taskmaster, he has a lot of ability accuracy reduction and a lot of quirky utility, and I'm going to showcase some of it. And I think I have found one of the fights which kind of like showcase a lot of abilities that he has at once and kind of like give him some value if I can play well. Now I'm a bit rusty with my Taskmaster, I haven't played him too much, but I certainly plan to change it. Now why this is a great fight to showcase what Taskmaster does. Now first of all, it's a stacked Electro, so obviously the damage we are taking back from this guy would be huge if we wouldn't have some ability accuracy reduction. Now that box is ticked, check. Now we also have energy adoption lightning, and that kind of means that we're going to be getting a lot of shock debuffs on ourselves. However, each new debuff loses 10% of that potency, and once we get to 10 debuffs placed on Taskmaster, Taskmaster is going to go fully debuff immune. Taskmaster is still to date, I believe, only champion in game that is fully debuff immune under right conditions. Now, do not go gentle is an annoying node, but I'm going to do my best to deal with it. Right, so let's see how this goes. So I parried, he did a medium attack, I had a couple of debuffs on already. So at this point we are exploiting the weakness. So again I'm going to exploit the weakness. Now I want him to drop a level 1. I want to drop my own level 1 because I want to get rid of some of the power. Now I exploited his weakness once again. And at this point I can get into my level 1 rotation and just drop in a couple of level 1s. Now, I obviously do need to be careful with that do not go gentle node, and I messed up the end because I did a bit too much damage towards the end, but the fight itself went extremely fine. Let's try and do this again, and I promise to restrain myself to only one cycle of level 1, because that's one of the most interesting things with Taskmaster is once you get into the level 1 cycle, once you have your Mega Concussion on, and if you have Crossbone Synergy, you can spam like 3-4 level 1s in a row and deal massive amounts of damage. Unfortunately, I got a bit carried away in this fight because I did not leave Electro with enough health for me to land some heavy attacks to get those do not go gentle nodes off. So let's try again. Taskmaster did fine. I was just a bit too childish and greedy and cheeky and tried to get away with it. So let's start again. So exploit weakness on medium. That's fine. I'm gonna exploit the weakness again. Now I want him to drop a level 1. I'm gonna exploit this weakness. I'm gonna drop a level 1 because I want to ditch some of my power. Now that I have exploited this weakness, I need to exploit one more time, which is perfect. Now I can go into level 1 cycles. Now, The problem is, obviously, that I have these do not go gentle charges, which is annoying. So let's bet out at level 1. So I'm going to drop another heavy attack. Now I'm kind of free. I just want to bet out at level 1. That was a bit risky, but it's fine. Also, fun fact, Taskmaster was the first champion who could phase. I think he was the first champion, because whenever he exploits his weakness, if you start charging heavy attack, you actually do get 1 second phase ability, which is kind of interesting and useful. Okay, but in this case, let's try him out against Hood here. Why not? Right? So, hopefully you should be doing fine. Again, do not go gentle. I'm gonna see how far I take it, man. I might just kind of off myself on purpose and do not go gentle node, because I want to have a bit of fun with level 1 rotations. Okay, so I have 4 here, which is fine. So he's on mediums right now. So I can exploit medium, medium. Medium, medium. Medium, heavy. Whoopsie. Okay, so I messed up there a bit. But I'm debuff immune, so I'm not dead. So this will exploit the weakness as well. Now this is going to be a bit of a clutch fight, I guess. But yeah, I certainly have quite a bit of practice still to do. So you can see how it works out. And let's see how much damage you can do with this. Okay, I kind of deadish myself. But it's not a big deal. Right. I also wanted to showcase how Taskmaster deals with Icarus, because that's another node that places a lot of debuffs on you. And that effectively makes you debuff immune. So you get the benefit of Icarus node, but you do not get any penalty, realistically. And yeah, let's see how that works out. So let's go against this Captain Marvel movie version. Then we have absolutely stacked and jacked Taskmaster. And obviously Taskmaster is also a fantastic Havoc counter, which we can test out in a bit. So the point is, just be aggressive. You don't really have to do anything special in this fight. You can see that I'm just dealing a lot of damage and there are no degens involved. And that's as simple as that. It's a very, very, very simple, easy way how to cheese Icarus node. Is because you become completely debuff immune within a couple of combos landed, and every degen that does trigger loses a potency as well. And even if you do get stuck with some degens active, it's not like a big deal. So obviously I don't really want to spam heavy attacks in this fight, so I don't really want to exploit too many of those weaknesses and stuff like that. But at the same time, you see, we are already immune and completely shredding everybody and everything, and we don't have anything to be careful about at all, because yeah, Taskmaster goes fully debuff immune at that point. So let's see what's gonna happen here against the Medusa. And done, and some decent bleed there, and down she goes. So yeah, Taskmaster is really, really good cheese. Obviously Icarus has different cheese methods, and many are just as good as the next one. Corvus can absolutely shred these lanes, Ghost is fantastic for this, Killmonger with Void, or what else have you. But this is yet another very, very interesting option, in my opinion, because yeah, you literally have no downside. You do not get any of those debuffs because you become debuff immune, and you do not need to kind of like worry whether the opponent is launching special attacks, not launching special attacks. I wonder if I'm gonna get rid of that. Okay, so at this point I think we can bypass the power lock as well. Whoopsie, got hit there. Not a big deal. Well, that wasn't a perfect fight, but still worked fine. And yeah, we can bypass the power lock at this point as well if we would activate it afterwards, once we have gone debuff immune. So it seems that once you got debuff immune, you do get rid of all of the buffs that can debuffs that has like an expiration time, but you do not get rid of any permanent debuffs that you already have on you. Another fight I wanted to showcase this guy for will be Havoc fight, and I think one of the easiest Havocs you can find is straight after this Moon Knight fight. So let's go up against this Moon Knight and then see how Taskmaster does against Havoc, because even though Havoc has class advantage and all that, it's gonna be very interesting. So how medium exploit, that's fine. Let's go another medium. Not a problem. And it's a nice 3k damage every time we do exploit the weakness. So let's drop the level 3 here. I probably shouldn't have pushed myself level 3, but we'll see how much damage it does. It should be quite okay. That was a nice 13k there, I believe. So now at this point, whoopsie, that was risky. So this should mark it a medium again. Get drop level 1 for the sake of why not. Medium once again. And yeah, Moon Knight goes down. So the damage output definitely isn't bad either for Taskmaster. Depending how well you exploit your opponent's weaknesses and all that, he can certainly pack a decent punch. But now let's check him out against this Havoc. Because again, Havoc is a champion that places debuffs on you, right? And the best bet is once you reach 10 debuffs, you go immune. But he needs to reach 11 to detonate. So that will kind of like in itself mean that very quickly will end up being debuff immune. Okay, so I need to land a heavy attack, I believe, here. There we go. Unfortunately, it's on special too. But here we can see that all of those things, even though I messed up here, we still do decent. And the fight's over once we got to exploit the special once. Just kind of perfect, I guess. And we finished the fight in 37 hits with class disadvantage. So this clearly shows that the damage output is really kind of like conditional based on how well you end up setting yourself up and exploiting the weaknesses. And there are certainly a lot of interesting tricks Taskmaster can do, and I look forward to unlocking and showcasing more of them. Now guys, if you enjoyed today's video, then definitely do not hesitate to hit that like button, hit that sub button, to hit all of the buttons. Share this video with your friends if you found it interesting and you did not know that Taskmaster can actually do something cool. All that being said, I will be done for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah, see ya.